Hello everyone. Today I wanted to make a video about all, if not all, almost all movement techniques in Apex Legends. I have not included neo strafing or whatever you call it because it is really hard. I can't do it. You gotta hit multiple buttons twice, or you gotta have a config for it. So I did not include that in this video. But I have right now 13 others that I'm gonna show you, and it's from basic to really hard. I have time kept in the description so you can see where you wanna start, or if you wanna learn something you can go back to it tomorrow as well. And before the video starts, I wanna say that practice this in the shooting range. Don't go in game and practice it there, because you'll end up in a building trying to figure something out and then someone comes to kill you. So just practice in the firing range. The firing range is really good practice because you have everything. You have zip lines, walls, houses, everything. So you can practice down here without getting tilted. I'm gonna start at the beginning. So just slide jumps. Slide jumping is when you slide and jump inward. But you see someone like Faide or the good players, they do it all the time because they know when to do it. So if you have a weapon in hand, you gotta take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can see I did it a bit too fast right there, and that's a dead slide. But if you have no weapons in hand, you can almost do it immediately. You're just gonna run. So when you fight and you wanna do something, if you're standing behind here and you wanna push someone, take out your knife, or just bare hands, instead of pushing like this. So what you want to do is you shoot somebody, take out your knife and go in, and then you can shoot them again. There is a technique where as soon as you slide, you take your weapon, so you are ready. So you are here, you want to do this, slide, take your weapon, then you can shoot immediately before even getting up to them. It's a really good technique. So when you see all the movement players on YouTube, that is why they can move so fast. It's because they take their knife out all the time, so they don't have to wait for that 3-step to slide, and you run faster with your knife anyway. So, well, when I say knife, I mean bare hands as well. So use slide jump to get away or to get into fights. And how I practice just like every game. I just go out, I slide jump all the time, and you'll find the rhythm when you've done it enough times, so you won't dead slide. And some of the techniques I will show you, you can use them as well while sliding, like the tap strafe, and I'm gonna show you that when I show you how to tap strafe. Next technique is called wall jumping, or wall bounce, what you want to call it. What you do is you slide into a wall and then you jump off of it, you bounce off of it. That was a lag, but I got it down. So what you want to do, first of all, this is something you do when you bunny hop, is that you change your setting. You go to jump and then set mouse scroll wheel down as jump. You can set it on second, so you have both the spacebar to jump and the mouse scroll wheel to jump. But I recommend doing this because it's way easier to wall bounce with mouse scrolling wheel. This is with mouse scroll wheel. This is with spacebar. It's weird. I fail it sometimes, so I think it's a lot easier to do with just mouse scroll wheel. So I recommend doing that first. What you want to do is you slide into a wall, like you see there. I climb a bit, so that's annoying. So you want to slide into it and like climb a bit, and when you see you're climbing, you jump and then you immediately look forward. So jump, look forward, and you look where you want to go. So if I want to go all the way over here, I can look over here. as soon as I hit the wall and bounce, I gotta look where I wanna go. And also go straight. So it's not a hard technique, but it can be hard to master because sometimes you just do a dead wall bounce and you don't hit it, or your character does not climb the wall, they just, you know, glide off it. But you gotta look straight into the wall sometimes. Try it, look into the wall here, just slide, look into the red here, and see if you can climb a bit. You can also, you don't let go of W or anything when you do this. You just hold W, and you jump off. I also, when I do it, you don't have to, because if I do it without, it's fine. But what I do is when I jump out of the wall, because it's left, I hold A. So at A, right there, because it's easier to get over to where you're pointing if you're holding A or D as well. So here I would hold A, and here I would hold D, and I'm holding it when I'm saying it. So A, D, and you don't have to hold W as well. You can just run into it and hold A, or run into it and hold D. So learn it, figure out what you like the most, because they all, as you can see, they're the same. There's no difference at all. Now I want to show something called wall hop. Wall hop is basically a wall jump, but you do it over an obstacle or up an obstacle. So here you can do it over this. You just wall bounce and go over it. So you go here, wall bounce over it. That is just a normal wall jump. But the wall hop thing is where you wall jump and then go straight into the wall again. So you climb up. So you can see I jump into the wall and then I climb up. And it's a bit faster than just climbing up. It's not much faster, but a bit faster. And you see Faide doing it all the time. So you used 0.5 seconds less to jump up the wall. And you can do this with the next technique as well. So what you do is you wall jump and then you wall jump, and then when I learned you that you gotta look out where you wanna go. This time you're gonna look in and hold A. So if I do this, I hold A and look in. I'm still holding W. It doesn't matter if you hold it or not. You can decide what you think is the best. But I'm holding A and W at the same time. So I get directly into the wall again. It is a good movement technique. It's just like wall. It's just like slide jumping. It's a good thing to get around faster. So you can slide around and wall hop up things and stuff like that. So it's a really good technique right there. But you, as I said, you can use this same technique with the next technique called fatigue jumping. And fatigue jumping is wall jumping, but you do not have any speed. So you are just here. This is fatigue jumping, and then you can wall bounce with it. You can see you can do it high, or you can do it low. It's really good if you're reloading in a fight, and you just wanna, you know, get some height, make him not hit you or anything. It's really good, and you could use this as well to get over small obstacles. So you can use this if you're running here, you're getting shot, then you get slowed, because that's how Apex work. Then you can just jump here and get over things behind cover. So if someone's shooting you here and you get slowed down here, you can just fatigue wall bounce over things and get into cover. So it's a really good technique because you don't need to have speed. You can get shot at, you can do whatever. And the higher your character crawls on the wall, so if I do this and crawl, I get higher. But if I do it directly, I get nothing, almost. So if I crawl, I can do it higher. But if I do not, sometimes you get higher. It's really different because you gotta hit it at the right time. If you bounce right here and then try to hit the wall, it's not gonna work. You gotta do it a bit out from the wall. So it's a really good technique, especially because you don't need the speed, and when you get shot, you lose your movement speed a lot. So you can use it to just get around. You can also get around corners, yeah. So you're here, you're getting shot at, want to jump around the corner. Of course, you can also do it higher. So you can do it how you want it. Faide does it a lot, both in fights and also just when running around. You know, if you're running here and he didn't slide, he just wall bounces instead. You know, he's just running like this, almost. But he gets some height. So when you learn it and you get used to it, you'll also get some height. And you can also use the fatigue, wall bounce, wall hop, or wall jumping over here. So you wall jump and then climb up. It's basically the same as the wall hop getting up stuff, where you kind of jump into it and then climb it, but you just do it on the opposite wall and then go over. And that's the same wall hop, look directly over and hold in D because it's right. If you do it opposite, you'll hold in A because it's left. So it's just the way that you wanna go, you gotta hold that key. So right for D, left for A. The next movement technique is super jumping. Super jumping is also where you have to have your jump as mouse scroll wheel down. So you go over to zipline, and then when it says E for interact, you press E and immediately after scroll wheel down, and you get height. You can also see it with a pathfinder. Come to save the day. I'll do something like this. You can see I can do this. That's super jumping as well. You can do it off zips, or you could do it on a zip on the ground. And people are using this to get over stuff. If you wanna go up here and do a play up here, if you have a shotgun and someone's up here, you can peek them like this and then shoot. So you make a zip line and you know someone's up there. You're gonna go over it, super jump, and you can shoot them. So it's a really good technique both for fighting and to getting out of sticky situations. If there's a zip line here, this is me who made it, so I would make it up there if you want to escape. But if I don't, if it's not me who made it, enemy made it or something like that, you can escape by running to the end and then super jumping. Because this wall is gonna be yeah, a lot of time climbing, so you just run around and do this. Then I also want to show vertical zipline jumping, and that's, you see Faide do it a lot. You super jump off a zipline and then you go on the zipline again, so I can show you here. So what you do is just zipline, you interact, scroll down, and then you look back, because when I super jump, I go forward. So I gotta look back for the zipline again. Not hitting that. So, and then you just interact again. And you can also use this. Yeah, so vertical, I had to restart because the zip I made fucking fucked me over. But if you want to do a vertical zipline just up here and not up there, all the way up there, you can do the same, but you jump off immediately after. So look straight up. That was laggy. You look straight up, jump it, catch the zipline again, and then jump off. It's really hard to, you can't really see that you get the zipline again. So you gotta just do this and then look around and then jump off at the top, right, like I did. You gotta practice that a couple of times. Then you will be able to do it faster. Of course, you can also just jump up, but if it's further up, if you can't super jump up to it, you can still do this and go over. So I can show it over here. This zipline here is perfect for showing this. because I can super jump. I can super jump up to this, but I cannot super jump all the way up there. Then I gotta climb. So if I do the vertical super jump and then instantly interact and go off the zipline again, you get over here, as you can see. So I don't have to climb. I don't have to super jump, climb, and then go up. Just. But you gotta learn the reaction, because it's hard to catch the zipline again and then jump off if you're new. But it's a super good technique. You can also use super jumps when you stand here. If you run over to it, look back, you can see that you can interact with it and you can get up to here. This is basically the same you do as when you mantle. I'll come to that later, but you can just look up and it will shoot you. But you gotta let go of W. So here, let go of W and you go up. It's really simple. Then I want to show you something called hyper jump or super double jump. And it's a technique that really no one uses. You can use it if you want to, that's why I want to just show it, but it's not something that anyone uses, because it's hard to do on a directly vertical zipline. You gotta do a... So it's hard to do on this type of zipline that's just straight and it's just over your head. It's easier if you have a zipline where you can, you know, it's further up, so if you go here, you can do it easier. I'm gonna show it here what it is. That's a hyper jump. So a normal on super jump is this, but you do it twice. And on this it's hard because when you are up here, you gotta catch the zip again. And when you do it here, the zip is nowhere near you, so you can't really do it there. But what you do a super jump, and then you mouse scroll wheel down twice. It's easier if you do it twice. In other tutorials you may maybe say you only gotta do it once, but interact, mouse scroll wheel down, so super jump. Then you mouse scroll wheel twice, and then you look down and grab the zip again and do a super jump. So up, down, scroll. I'm just gonna say scroll down. It's easier. So you super jump, scroll down, super jump again. But you gotta do it fast. So that's not even it. But we're getting that. There you go. So super jump, double scroll wheel down, a super jump. But you gotta do it fast. There you go. And again, no one uses it because you can't really do it consistently. If you really learn it, of course you can do it consistently, but you know, super jumps, they get you good places. But you can do it in a building where you have where you want to go to the 3rd floor. You can just hyper jump up to it. I didn't hyper jump, but you can hyper jump up to it and heal or shoot whoever's up there. Also because it's not, they don't expect it. If only if there is a zipline to the maybe the 2nd floor, because you can't have a directly straight line. You gotta go up a bit. Then you can get to the 3rd floor and shoot someone behind a door or something like that. They won't hear you coming because you do this and they're like, well, he can't get up here, I'm 2 floors above him. But when you do a hyper jump, you can get up there and you climb up and shoot them while they're healing outside a door or something like that. So it's good to know, but it's not the best one in game. Now I want to show B-hop. B-hopping is not the best as it's been before, because before you could B-hop and then you could heal and you wouldn't lose any speed. So you can't do that anymore. The thing you do now is you try to do a B-hop, but you know, you slide and heal at the same time, and then you lose a lot of speed, but not all the speed. You can still B-hop, and it's still good. But to B-hop, again you gotta have mouse scroll wheel as jump, and then you gotta slide jump, and then you gotta hold control. If you don't control, you crouch. So you slide jump, hold control, and as soon as you hit the ground, you're gonna mouse scroll wheel down for jump. So as soon as you hit the ground, jump, 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 jump. And it's just something you gotta get used to. And don't hold any buttons. When I'm here, I let go of W and I'm only holding control. And that is just doing it straight. If you want to do a movable B hop, you gotta hold A and D for left and right. So you let go of W, hold A, you go left. If you look there, you can also, if you don't look that hard, the more you look to the left, the more left you go. So if I only look here, I go no left, but if I look all the way around here, I go a lot more left. So you can do it around corners. This is holding D, but you can also do it straight. But to gain speed, because when you do it straight, not holding anything but control, you will eventually stop. Because you hit things and stuff like that. But to gain speed, what I do is I hold A and then D. A and then D. So I always go left and right. And when I move my mouse to the right, I hold D. When I move my mouse to the left, I hold A. So I just keep doing this. A, D, A, D. So it's a good movement technique. It's not the fastest, but it's pretty good. And also when you heal, it's really good. So you just heal and then you hold A and D. Because if you don't hold A and D, you will lose a lot of speed. So, and when I mean hold A and D, it's not at the same time. It's going left for A, going right for D. And you do that while you are healing. This is what I do when I heal. And if you do not have the speed, if you lose all your speed, see, I do this, right? If you just directly go round in circles, you can gain your speed again, but it's pretty hard. So I recommend if you slow down, just go up, slide, and then do it again. So, B-hopping out of the way. Now I wanted to show tap strafing. And everybody knows tap strafing, like everybody knows B-hop and everything. Tap strafe is, you want to go around the corner? No, easy. So, I don't know if you saw it, but I did a 90 degree angle right here. And if I slide jump and just look left, you won't go there. It will, yeah, you can do it way smoother. Tap strafing. And tap strafing is really easy. You gotta go to your settings and set forward as mouse scroll wheel forward and W, of course. So now if I mouse scroll wheel forward, you can see I move. And what you want to do is you slide, jump, and then hold A for left and look left and mouse scroll wheel up. So A, look left, mouse scroll wheel up. D, look right, mouse scroll wheel up. So again, if you go right, you gotta hold D. Go left, you're gonna go hold A. A. E. So what I want you to practice is going around one of these corners here. So you slide A and you do the same to the right. So slide, jump, D. And when you hit D or A, you just hold it. It's fine. You can just hold it. And then when you land, you can hold W again and run. But as you press D or A, you mouse scroll wheel up. So mouse scroll wheel up A at the same time. You only have to mouse scroll wheel up once. Not one click, but just, 5 clicks or what you do when you're a mouse. 2, 3, 1, 5, it doesn't matter. You don't have to keep sliding. It's just one time. One time. So This is a really good technique to get around corners. So if you want to heal, you can get ready for heal. You can run, and then you can tap strafe to the right if you do it here, or left if you do it around here. And then you can B-hop as you heal. So heal, slide, and then you tap strafe. And then you can just jump away slowly. Or stay behind cover. It doesn't really matter. But all you need to do to heal and then do the B-hop or tap strafing is you press heal and slide right after. So press heal, slide.
Just using the Phoenix.
Then you can tap strafe and you can B-hop away as well. So what you want to practice here is you go here and you want to go to the left. As you start running, you press 4 for healing.
Using a Phoenix kit.
And then you slide immediately after and tap strafe into the side. And then after that, you can learn your B-hop, B-hop medic, B-hop and healing up at the same time. Then if you have learned that, then tap strafe into it, and then B-hop. And then just move around until you're done healing. And I recommend doing it with a med kit or Phoenix kit or something like that. Maybe not bad, but something that takes time, because then you have time to learn how to consistently jump, B-hop while healing. So learn those two things. It's really good in fights. You get away and you heal, and you can jump away behind cover, whatever it is. Do that. One thing I want to show more about tap strafing. You can do it everywhere. You don't have to do it around corners. You could, if you just jump here, you can tap strafe in circles if you want to. This is just me rolling down, up, down, up, down, up while holding A or D. This is A, and this is D. And I just go in circles. But you can do the same while B-hopping. So if I want to B-hop around stuff, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going in circles, really tight circles. So you B-hop and then scroll up every time you jump. So up, jump, up, jump, up, jump, up, jump, up, jump, all the time. So you just do this, and it's just your mouse going up and down. Your scroller going up and down. And then you just hold A for left, D for right. So if you want to go left, you hold A. If you want to go D, if you want to go right, you hold D. So I can do it around this box. And then you can do it around this box as well. So your mouse scroll is just going up, down, up, down, up, down all the time. This is not something that I recommend you doing while you just B-hop, because it's kind of, if you do it while B-hopping, it looks weird. Because every time I go A and D, you do weird B-hops, but you can do it towards people. If you want to flex on them or something like that, you can do A, D while doing the tap strafe B-hop. But I recommend it if you want to go around corners. Here I one time do the tap strafe. So tap strafe. So you can B-hop around, and then when you see that you can't get around the corner, you just tap strafe. The only thing you do is you scroll up one time. Scroll up one time. Scroll up one time. One time. You know, it's really, really easy. And just get used to it. B-hop around things, just in circles. It's really not that hard. Okay, so I just forgot, when I learned you tap strafing, I forgot to show you that on Octane Pad you can do the same, because when you're taking it, you can jump one more time in the air. So that one more time you can also tap strafe. So if you run into your jump pad, then instead of just jumping, press space, mouse scroll will forward and go to the left or right. And also use D or A. So you slide into it, use D or A there, mouse scroll forward. Like doing it on the ground or in the bunny hop. It's exactly the same. Just do it in the air. And you can also, when you land, tap strafe. So you tap strafe, hold crouch, tap strafe. You can also do F180 tap strafe, so you get back to the jump pad. So you get back to the jump pad. It's not the hardest, but it can take some tries sometimes. Now I want to show you how to Superglide. So Superglide is you crawl something and then you gain immediate speed. Like that. You can see that I get immediate speed sliding. So I jump off this, but I press crouch and jump at the same time. You really have to time it, and the lower FPS you have, the easier it is. So if you're stuck, if you are at 144 FPS, it's gonna be harder than if you're on 60 FPS. So the lower FPS, the easier it is. Because you really gotta time this. And this, it's hard to explain. You just gotta really time. I haven't mastered it yet anyways. But you just gotta time your crouch and jump at the same time. It has to be exact same time. And in a specific spot. So when you mantle, you see this frame. As soon as you go up, you do it. So that was kind of a Superglide, but it's really hard to time. So that's a Superglide. So as you can see, it's just when your foot touches the platform on top, you gotta do it. But there is videos on YouTube where they show a full video where they show how to do it. I think it's hard. I haven't mastered it at all, and I think it's hard to explain. So that's my explaining of it, because it's really hard to explain. So if you don't understand it or don't know about Superglide, just go into YouTube and find a tutorial on specific that, because there is like 10-minute videos of just Superglides, because they are hard to explain. And if you find a video that takes 1 minute and they explain it, then yeah, that might be with configs, because it is a really hard. It's really hard to do. Just a quick tip for the Superglide: look in the left or right upper corner, and you can see your screen vibrate a bit. You can see right there. That is when you do it, and you will do a good Superglide every time, even in 240 FPS or something like that. So the next one is it's basically, I've seen it in Faide. I've watched a lot of Faide, tried to study a bit, so, you know, to learn, but he does this thing where when he gets down the zipline, he goes off it and gets speed. So instead of, if I jump up from here, I lose speed. It's when you fall, it gets slow, fall slow. I don't know what it's called, but he does a technique where when he gets to the end of the zip, he press interact and control just after another, and then you can slide off it, be up, whatever. But he does the thing in one of the zipline buildings. I have a shorts about it, so I can show you a clip right now, where if you jump up and then on the way down, and as you can see, there's a zipline down a hole, and at the bottom there's a door opening. So he basically super jumps up and then ziplines down through the hole and tap strafe out. I don't think there's anywhere good for practicing here in the shooting range, but you can practice by going up a zip, and on the way down you press interact and control right after each other. It's basically, instead of super jumping, you get some speed, and you can also use this if we are just running. So if you see a zip, you can super jump it, or you can just use it as a technique to get speed. But it's really good if you're from up high, then just do it on the way down, then you don't get the slow when you fall, when you land on the ground. But you can also just use it on regular ground. But if there is, if you say this is in a building, a square building where you have the hole, you can go up it and back down it again. So if someone's following you, if he's following me and shooting at me, so when I go up, he will come running here. I go up, and then on the way down, I go back, and with a shotgun or something like that, I can shoot him. Or if you want to go over to him, you go up, and then back down and strafe into him. You can also strafe around corners. So, like that. Or just straight up do it after. It depends on what the situation you are in, but it's a really strong zipline trick because you don't get the slow after you fall to the ground, but you get speed. So it's a really good way. And the way you tap strafe here is you just slide and then jump, hold A, and mouse scroll wheel forward, like we learned earlier. So it's exactly the same as when you do a normal top strafe. You just don't jump and then do it. You zipline and then the same sliding and then tap strafe. It works really great. So it's a really strong technique in zipline buildings. Or if you want to get behind cover. Because you are harder to hit. So that was Faide technique. The next one is a downgrade version of Mantle Jumping. So I don't know what it's called. I've never seen anyone do it. I've done it myself by accident, and then I just did it all the time before I learned to mantle. But it's almost a mantle. Again, I haven't seen anyone do it. A mantle is where you go opposite and then you get high. So that's a mantle. You don't have to look up. But I'll show you the mantle after. But a speed mantle is where you do not get high. You just speed forward. I haven't seen anyone do it. I see maybe sometimes Faide does it, but it's because he fails the mantle jump, I think. But I did it a lot before I learned how to mantle. So yeah, I wanted to include it in a tutorial if you need to use it in some situation where you need some speed and then go around the corner or something like that. You can use it, but what you do is you go up the zipline, and then when you get to this frame, you stop holding W, so it stops climbing. There, stop climbing. And then you look up or down, interact with the E button, and mouse scroll wheel down. So you go up here, interact, scroll, and you do it so fast, so your character's like that. So the way you can learn it is basically just climbing up a wall, looking back, and then interact scrolling. You just gotta stop holding W. So stop holding W, interact scroll. So when you do it at the top, it looks like that. So you climb up to here, you stop holding W, you look back, up or down, interact and mouse scroll wheel, and then you boost up because you're right here. So you basically do that. But because you're not standing on the ground, you're not flying like this, super jumping. Up, stop holding W, interact, scroll wheel. It's not that hard. And if you don't know how to mantle, this is a great way to start mantling, because mantle is one more step and then you can mantle. So it's okay, it's not the best. You can use it in some situations, but not all. But you are fucking annoying. So mantling. Now for the big one. Mantle. Well, first off, a mantle is this. This is mantle. So mantle jumping is where you get to this frame right here, and then you mantle. And mantling is basically the same as speed mantle. Only thing you do different is when you speed mantle, you go up, you stop holding W and you interact with scroll wheel. So it looks like this. But mantling, when you stop holding W, you press S. Okay. When you stop holding W, you press S and then interact and scroll. That makes you get the height. So when you climb and you are here, you stop holding the W, you press S and then look back or up, it doesn't matter, and mantle. You can practice it by just going into a mantle, then pressing S, looking up, interact with E, and mouse scroll down for jump. And you can see that sometimes you go straight in the air, and if you go straight in the air while doing it from here, it's because your character does not crawl all the way up. If I do it here, you can see I go straight up in the air. That's because I don't get to this frame right here. If I only get to like here, if I only get to like here or something like that, like here, then you will just go straight up because you will just basically do this. So you won't boost forward. But a good thing is here in the shooting range, you can just look at that green line, and when you hit your head hit that line, you go off the zip there, and you are in directly in here. Then you press S, interact while looking up or down, and then mouse scroll for jumping. You can see if you can do that, then you can start practicing from the bottom by going up, interact, and up. And I think the easiest way to mantle is looking up, interacting. Faide does it a lot, where he looks down and interacts, and they should be the same. I can do both, but I like looking up more because I think you get a bit more height when you look up, and I think it's just easier than looking down. Oh. And you can also, in the mantle, tap strafe. So when you go up in the air, I can show you here. If you do this, you can see I tap strafe in the air. So you jump out. Fuck off, dummy. Tap strafe. You can see you can tap strafe in the air. So you can do that in a mantle too. When you mantle, tap strafe. You can go other places than directly straight forward. You can see you can tap strafe to the left or the right. So that's how they tap strafe around and go on top of the building that you've probably seen Faide do a lot, because they need to heal. So they go up and then they tap strafe all the way around, because you can tap strafe 180 degrees. So if you just do this and then tap strafe around, you can see you can do 180 degrees. You can do the same here as soon as you mantle. It's not hard when you mantle because your mouse scroll down for mantling. Now your finger is down on the mouse scroll, so you just mouse scroll up and hold the right buttons. So when you go up here, you are ready to already, you know, mouse scroll up because you just did it down. So it's not the hardest thing to do, but you have to get put used to it and get the right timing. I had really big issues with the timing because when do you press S and all that stuff, but now it's not the hardest. That was a speed mantle, but it's not the hardest. Sometimes you will always also do speed mantle while you try to mantle, but speed mantle is better than fucking it up, so you just go in here, you know. So just try and mantle. I'll say if you get over or just under here, this platform, then you mantled. So if you get up there or right under, it's a mantle. So that was all for today. Again, I didn't take Neo strafing in because you gotta press, I think it's WWDD SSAA while jumping on the ground. I'm not sure, but I've seen a video and that's how you do it, and yeah, I can do it and people are doing it with configs, so that's why I didn't show it in this video. But this is all the techniques I know. That was 13 or 14 different techniques and they're all good. But first, learning in the firing range. Don't master it in the firing range. You don't have to master it, but at least just get good at it so you can do it consistently. And then take it into fights. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. I hope that either you learned a new movement technique or that I helped you progress in your movement technique. If there is something that you needed to know or something like that, and then now you can do it but you couldn't before, or that you just watch this video because it was fun. Thank you for watching anyways. I will be uploading more to my YouTube. I am planning on doing that, but I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.